So, this video shall be titled The Perfect Apocalypse Home Build. And it comes after this nasty ass coronavirus, not necessarily reveal, pero got a nasty ass coronavirus coming out, right? Right? Yes. Anyways, this home, I think it's in Newcrest. That's where I put this. Yes, I put this in Newcrest. And you can't really have no windows on an underground bunker home because somebody gonna break the window and break into your home, and then you got that nasty disease all in your home. So there's two security windows. I think that's what they're called, but it's all from the Strangeville pack. And as you could see, I couldn't put the other elevator on there like I wanted to because I wanted it to be an elevator downstairs instead of stairs because I thought it'd be cool, but apparently you can't do that. Yeah. So this is gonna be the living room, and I want it to have a little color in it because it's dark down here and you can't get no freaking windows. Um, it just was really hard trying to find a rug to put under, like directly under this, and I used a lot of stuff from the Pets pack and the Island Living, and there's some plants, and then I wanted to section it off so it'd be a little neater. It also helps me organize. So I'm gonna have two bedrooms. I want each one to have a bathroom, and then this room is gonna be like a little science area, and that's gonna be the kitchen, and that's gonna be like a little other thing I haven't figured out yet. But each room's gonna. I want them to have like the little, yeah, like these little science doors things that from the Strange Field pack, and this one's gonna have a locked door because someone's contaminated. We can't have them getting out into the rest of the population. And I wanted these sleeper pods, because like you ever seen those sci-fi movies where they're like cryostasis and you freeze the people, right? And then they come back like 3,000 years later and everything's different. And it was kind of, this isn't really like a family kind of thing because you can't put your family in these little homes and only one person can sleep in these little tubes. So this is more like a we the last people alive, sis. You can't have nobody up in here. Like this is all the space we got. And so far the rooms turned out a lot smaller than I thought they'd be because I wanted things to be a little diagonal. Because usually my stuff is like everything's against the wall and all the open space and it looks a little awkward. But I've been getting better lately. I've been getting better with my house builds, and so everything's a little more spaced out and a little more pretty. But I think this is the start of one of my first good homes out of like the 50,000 bad homes that I've done. So this turned out these couple rooms, these first couple rooms turned out pretty nice. I really like that little green floor thing. These two rooms here are gonna be the bathrooms, and these don't have to have the little sciencey locked doors because they're already in the little sciencey locked door rooms. It's a room on the other side of the room, on the side of the other locked door, so we don't need a locked door. That's it. And originally, I was gonna leave these bathrooms like just a toilet, like kind of bare, because it's just a bathroom. I don't really care for the bathroom, but then, and you're gonna see when I get to that part, I was thinking like this could be the one part of the house that's not extremely boring. Like we can liven this up a bit. Like this could get spicy. And so I've decided to start with this bathroom. At first, it started off a little couple plants for the little cute design, but then I got this beautiful idea to make this like the ultimate green room. Like the stuff is white, but the decoration's like mostly plants and stuff. And so I wanted to put counters because there was a lot of space in here, and I figured why the heck not? Let's fill up the space. Fill up with some green, some plants to liven it up because everything's dead in this hypothetical apocalypse world. And I really like these lighted mirrors, so I decided to put lighted mirrors and toothbrush for decoration. Although the Sims aren't gonna know it's decoration because they're Sims. And I originally was thinking of putting some shelves, but then I changed my mind because the shelves wasn't looking cute, and I tried to put the toilet paper on the thing, but the toilet paper wasn't going there, sis. So it had to go. And then this is where my beautiful idea came to fruition. These bamboo stalks saved everything. So put the bamboo stalks next to the toilet, right? Like a little kind of like divider, like little thing. And then we started putting I started to implement like the leafy like vines and things. So I was looking for some and then I found some here in the window decorations. I put them back there and it looks really cute, bro. Like it looks a little dark right now because there's no like lights in there, but it looks really cute and I wanted to use these. Some of them were like a little too big and it looked a little weird. But I made it work eventually and I really liked it. And so all I needed was a carpet and look, it's beautiful. And now we move on to this one. And I wanted to do the same thing with this one, but like a little different because it can't be the same exact thing. So I decided to go for a more rustique look. I used those like I guess it's like Chinese paper dividers. Um, and I still wanted to add a little like color because this is a black bathroom, and nobody wants to come to a dark bathroom, especially when you living in the dark underground. So I wanted to liven it up, and it really took a lot to look for. And I put these on initially, and I deleted them, and then I put them back, and then I deleted them again. It was just a whole lot because they were like a dark, like they were dried leaves. Those things were ugly. And then I moved on. I moved on to the sink and stuff, and I really wanted to use that one like long lighted mirror, but it looked awkward, so I ended up with this lighting mirror. And then I put the same plants essentially that I put in the other bathroom, and then the carpet, and then it was done. Cause like there's nothing else I could do in here. And I really like these. I don't know if you can tell by how many times I'm using them, but I really like these like little wall pieces. But I just could not get them. It just I couldn't make up my mind. So I went back to these ones. Like these ones are nice, but I didn't like it. I don't know. It was messing me up. And then I went back in to do some more detail in the room because I'm looking at the bathrooms and I'm like, the bathrooms are on 100 and then the bedrooms are on like -3 and it just doesn't have the same energy. So I wanted to add some more and it ended up like this. And I don't know. I was thinking of like kind of doing it like the white rooms, like a little more minimalist, and then the one with the green floor. No, the one with the green floor is the white room. The black room is a little more minimalist, and then the white room's gonna be a little more color pop. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't really care because there's no one living here right now, so I figured let's just do it. However, and it actually came out looking really nice, and I wanted to add shelves because I really wanted to get into shelves this time, but I couldn't really make them fit in the white room like I wanted them to, so I just put a buy pride flag in there, and I wanted to do the same for the other room, but didn't really work. But now I'm done with those rooms, and so I'm working on the science room. And in the end, like this turned out so much bigger than it is right now because it was a lot. Like I wanted to do a lot. I wanted to put the surgery bed in here. I had to put like the little the little experiment things which you got in the what was it, the get to work pack. And like the microscopes and the analyzer. Um I wanted some stuff from the Strangeville pack. I definitely needed this little specimen container and I wanted to put these what are they? I wanted to put these things in there, but they couldn't fit. They're too tall, and it wasn't changing the height. I can't change the height. They're underground. I put these in here, but I ended up taking these toxic waste tanks. I ended up taking them out, and they definitely needed a computer in here because if they're gonna be locked in here, they have to be able to do some research. To cure themselves. And this it was just so much in this room, but I really love it. And you had to be able to build. Like this is a whole like tech room. Like this is really like what's the word? Oh my god. This is a STEM room in here. It's a STEM room. You have everything here. It has a shower for when people come in and they're contaminated and they have to like get it off of them. And the computer for research, I said that. There was so much I wanted to add in here, but I just couldn't make it fit for some reason. And then I saw this, bro, the inventor machine, which if you've done the science career, you've seen it. And this inventor machine threw off my whole thing. Like, I'm looking for other stuff to put in here that I wanted to, and I have to make it fit around this machine, and it was just so hard. Like, it was the most difficult thing ever. But we're gonna make it work. Most of the stuff, I don't know if you realized up in the top left, which it's still there. So if you didn't realize, I don't know what to tell you because that's like a big white bar in the screen. But I typed in a cheat code to get in some of the stuff. Because there's some really cool stuff that you can't normally get, like the satellite and the cloning machine and other things. It's just, this is a science room. And if it's going to be a science room, then it needs all the science things. And as you can see here, it got a little awkward with the spacing, but we made it work. And so now we move on to the kitchen. The kitchen was the easiest part of this video. It took me like 5 seconds. I had a whole color scheme: green, red, and black. Now that was fine. But the part that we're going to get to is the tabling. So after I put in this fire alarm right here, I had to figure out where to put my table. And I decided I wanted to put it in this little nook right here. But the problem was I couldn't find a big enough table that wouldn't interfere with the, you see, with the thing when I put the chairs in, but also match the color scheme. And so I went through like 5 tables. I went through the tiny one, I went through the long ones, and then I finally settled on this table, and then I turned it and put it in the corner, and it fit fine. And then I moved to this, which I decided last minute is gonna be my fitness room. I put all the things I usually put in here for a fitness room, just like the punching bag, the treadmill, and the yoga mat. And then I wanted to make sure everything was lively. You know, it has to have color. It has to have color. But the fitness room, I don't know. I wanted to do half walls for that too. And then I ended up doing half walls for like everything. No, for the whole kitchen, and then I put the arch there, and then we move on to the lights. The light is really important. Like, the light is super important, almost as important as the color, because if you can't see in this darkness, the color just isn't gonna pop. It's not. But the lights also have to they have to work with the room. You know, everything has to have its own match while also having its own uniqueness. Like, this is my favorite build. This is my all-time favorite build. And it took me an hour, which is probably the shortest amount of time that I've ever spent creating anything on The Sims. That includes family. It takes me like 2 days to make family sometimes, because I'll stop after like 4 hours of looking at these freaking perfect people, and then I'll start it again, and then I'll stop, and then I'll start. And it's just a process. So this, getting done in an hour, was godly. Like, this is beautiful. And I really like the paper that you saw in the science room. I really love that wallpaper, but I can't put it everywhere. And then I'm working on the outside of this house, and I'm realizing that even though the world is ended, that doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. And so I put in the cheat code to find this fishing hole, but I didn't like it where it was originally, so I put it over here because, you know, that fishing hole you can see into the, thing. And you can't have little creatures thinking that they're going to swim into the house from a fishing hole. And then, we're reaching the end of this, and it looks beautiful, and I love it. And it's great, and I hope you like it too. Oh yeah, that's right, this room. This room was the swimming room, because they can't swim outside, so they're going to swim inside. And it definitely needs some light. And I didn't really want to do any color in here. And yeah, that's the end of the build, guys.